Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Well, likewise.
Cheers.
Appreciate
Mazel
you
tov.
guys.
Mazel tov. I don't speak Spanish.
That's Jewish, bro.
Jewish?
Yes.
I don't think Jewish isn't a language.
I'm in Hebrew. Sorry.
We were doing so
We're doing
good.
so good.
We're all fired.
This is Johnny. This is Meredith. Who are you? Tell the people.
Who are we?
Such an existential question.
We are the co-owners of Medley Food Truck.
And how did you guys get started? How'd you wind up here?
Here?
And yeah, how'd you wind up here? And then how did you get started in general in this industry?
Would you like me to answer?
Sure. We got
Industry.
started in Greensboro. We met each other at work
At the Coliseum.
elsewhere,
And that's how we got together. I was working at Duke University, stopped working there, was looking for another job, and then someone had posted a position for a food manager. And when I interviewed with them, their idea was to start a gluten-free, healthy food truck.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, horrible. Not my cup of tea. But we basically came up with some menus, started the truck, started doing very well, and then the owners realized how much work it was, and how hot it is, and how stressful it is. And eventually it went from 3 owners to 2 owners to 1 owner. And then his wife was being moved to another state, so he needed to sell the business, and then we made the decision to buy it from him and then kind of make it our own.
And that was 3 years ago
Today.
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 Cheers,
Cheers
to
to
that.
Cheers,
that.
guys.
Salud.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Ooh. I do genuinely love your food, by the way.
Well,
I
thank you, man.
Gluten-free and all.
I didn't go that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm partial to your mac and cheese. I'm partial to your burgers, your nachos, everything but the gluten-free and the vegan option are my favorite.
The nachos are gluten free. Boom.
You never knew that? It's amazing, huh?
So, how did you wind up here?
Hugh.
Oh,
It was actually, you were, out of all the breweries I ever went to, you were the one person that anytime I pulled up, always made it a point to run outside and help me park, help us move tables, always very attentive. And when I heard you were coming here and you asked me to come, I mean, why would we not? We love you, man.
It's gonna get emotional over here.
it's a beautiful thing. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing.
You have tissues? You have tissues?
So, why is there a benefit to being a food truck as opposed to a standard traditional brick and mortar? And is there a benefit to being, have you seen a benefit to being stationary, being exclusively here as opposed to the method that you guys had for so long, going out and traveling and you know, moving and shaking and getting it done all over the triad?
Well, I think for the first part of that question, I guess there's different pros and different cons in a brick and mortar versus a mobile food truck. I mean, there's different. There's always growing pains. There's different pains, though. I mean, there's different aspects. Like the
Right.
mobile is the biggest aspect, of course, but
Right,
the ability to go different places, like we were originally doing,
right.
was another benefit. But we found that maybe wasn't the most profitable way to do it.
Right.
There was just so many question marks, and people just, even though there was schedules posted and apps to find food trucks, the consistency is what we've now realized over the last probably month and a half has been a huge boost for us just people knowing when to find us, where we're at, and it's a great community out here.
So
It's been a
so you're doing well
yes.
here.
Yes.
This is working.
Yes.
Right. You guys are happy with your decision that you've made.
So far, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So far, yes.
So
No
do
pressure.
Do you have any kind of plans, any sort of trajectory, anything that you see kind of coming out down the road? I mean, we've talked at exhaustive length at all, throwing ideas at each other.
I
Is
think
there
some of us
any-
have too many ideas sometimes. Because we've
I'm
been
happy
so many
to know
different
that.
places, we've seen so many different ways of doing different stuff, and we're like, oh, we could combine all the ways we've seen and figure out just different, like not just the food truck, just different things in the
Right.
industry. But
Yeah, I think for me, I'm happy where we're at. I enjoy being at home with my family. For
Yeah.
the first, 4 years of this business, 3 of it being ours, I was never home.
Right.
My daughter was, about a year old at that time, so I missed a lot of stuff. So this was definitely more of there's more work involved because we are busy, so there's a lot more prep time. But I manage my prep time. I can kind of schedule it around my life. When we were running the truck as much as we were, I couldn't schedule my food truck around my life. I had to schedule my life around the food truck.
well, we almost did. I mean, we had some months where we did 40 different locations all in one month
one
because we
month.
were doing doubles, and we would drive to Raleigh in the morning, Durham in the afternoon, or Lexington,
Cary,
and then I
Morrisville.
mean, we went all over the place, and
Yeah.
so a lot of his time was spent just driving
And I lived
around.
in High Point, so all that commuting, going back and forth a lot. I
Oh,
think
that
the
was
first
really
year I
fun.
did
At
almost.
least gas is cheap, and I mean your
Not
truck
on the diesel.
Your truck seems pretty fuel efficient,
No.
especially hauling that big ass thing around.
So since we've owned
Super
it,
fuel efficient.
I've put 8,300 gallons of diesel in that truck in 2 years that I've had that black Duramax. So it's a lot of driving.
that's a notable expense.
It is.
In terms of whenever we first met, your menu was kind of heading in one direction, which was fantastic.
Yes.
But you've shifted.
Yes.
You're moving into a different direction. You're doing new things every week. So I guess my question is, what are you seeing that has been the most popular here, and what is your personal favorite thing to make and to cook? And what style of cuisine is your favorite to make?
All right. So favorite style of cuisine is Asian. Haven't touched that one yet. Second would be Italian. Haven't touched that one yet.
What are you waiting on?
Are you confused?
Yeah,
yet?
it's just a little
No.
bit.
I kind
I
of
like spaghetti. I also like wontons. I don't know.
basically.
But here you want some mac
I
and
mean,
cheese?
it's you guys really. It's more in the bar scene in this type of atmosphere. You want a lot of finger foods. People don't want to sit there and really eat with a fork and knife and have to eat their food that way. A lot of people prefer to be able to pick up their food and eat it and have a beer in their other hand. So when the whole COVID thing had started, the chef from Sedgefield, JP, had mentioned to us that we needed to kind of adjust the menu to kind of give a little bit of something for everybody. And after some thinking, we decided to give it a try. And at first, it was a little slow, but once people started to really see the type of food we were putting out, I mean, it just took off, and I've enjoyed it. My favorite would be the steak and cheese. It's just, I don't know, I've always liked those since I was a kid. And never really a fan of provolone or, American cheese on it. I think the Cheese Whiz just does it the justice it's supposed to do. A little more authentic, a little fat boyish,
Speak my love language, Chef Johnny.
This guy.
And what's been the most popular item that you've seen here that you guys have put on the menu?
The accountant would know that.
She didn't know she was the accountant.
I mean, I don't know. You've been changing the menu so much; it's almost hard. I mean, I think the steak and cheese is really popular. People love burgers. The poke bowl, though,
And the
I think
nachos,
has
I
been
think those
probably
two.
those two. Poke bowl and nachos have been our two most consistent top sellers on like a weekly basis.
What's a poke bowl?
Oh, poke
Chef?
bowl. So it's a
Poke?
it's kind
Or
of
poke?
it's a Hawaiian, kind of like a deconstructed sushi. So it's basically your jasmine rice, your edamame, your cucumber, but you can do it with pineapple. You can add mango. Some places do it with a spicy mayo. Some just pour sriracha on it. But it basically originated from Hawaii. You can do it with either tuna. You can do it with salmon. You can do it with crab, lobster. But I think the best way to do it is most definitely the tuna, by far.
I like it.
But thanks. Glad you enjoy it.
No, no. I like your nachos more. That's my brisket nachos. If you haven't had the brisket nachos, you should try. You should come try the brisket nachos. Come try the brisket nachos.
Just a little bit.
Seriously, come.
What did you like again?
It is the brisket nachos. Just to reiterate,
You know how to
it's
say that in
nachos
Spanish?
with brisket. No, I don't.
No,
I don't.
me neither.
I don't either.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, anything that you would like to add? Anything you'd like to say to, want our customers to know about you guys, or or just.
We're just very grateful for the response that Lexington has given us. We're very, very, very happy.
Y'all jokers eat.
Yeah, they do. Y'all eat good.